Okay, I got another great question the other day. Someone asked me, how many platforms should I be on when it comes to my social media marketing? And this is a great question, and I want to address this, but I want to first start off by saying that social media networking is very similar to in person networking, like a networking group or a chamber. And I only belong to two groups. I belong to a chamber and then a networking group that I go to on Thursdays. The reason I only go to two is because that allows me to really dig in, build relationships, do one on ones, really get to know the people in the group as opposed to being a flash in the pan in about seven or eight different groups. And this is not to talk bad about anyone that's in more than two groups or anything like that. But I want you to understand that if you have a laser focus in just a couple of groups, then again, you can really get to know and trust people. Well, it's the same thing with your social media. If you're spread too thin and you're on, eight different social media outlets, but you don't have the time to keep up with the posting and the engagement and replying back to comments, then it's almost worse than not being on any of the platforms at all. And so the approach that we take with our clients is the same way. And most people are shocked to find out that I don't know much about Instagram, but it's very much on purpose because there's so many platforms and they change so much to where if we try to manage our clients on 20 different platforms, they would look bad because no one can keep up with that kind of bandwidth. So keep it to as many as you can keep up with and engage with, meaning liking other statuses, replying back to your comments on a timely fashion, and things of that nature. Because if you're spread too thin on too many networks, again, it's going to be a rough deal. So start out with Facebook, then move on to Twitter, and then start playing around with Pinterest, and then as you start to get a foothold in all these, again, take on as much as you can, and when it comes too much for you to handle, of course, we'd love if you were to call us to manage it, or someone else that you trust that we can run your business. But again, to address the original question, how many platforms should you be on? Only take on the amount of platforms that you can actually keep up with and do a great quality job. Hope this helps. Mario Wilson here with Market with Mario, giving small businesses big exposure.